Hey there, everyone. So, welcome back to another episode. So, what are we going to do today? Well, today is Saturday. At least this is what I'm planning for every Saturday, which is to have a study session Saturday. That's right. You heard it. Study session Saturday. Now, if you saw it last week, we did go over a game of the century. Professional game from, I believe it was Honenbo Shusai versus Go Sagan. And so I thought that, hey, why don't we do this once a week? Kind of get our feeling of the game, kind of try to read out the situation and see where the best possible plays are. And you guys can work along with me on trying to figure out what is the best possible move, or why is it that a certain professional played a certain move. So this is just for me a great way to kind of study, kind of test myself on, what's being said in the game, trying to figure out the best move, at least according to what professionals are playing, not necessarily trying to figure out what AI would play, mind you, but trying to figure out what a good professional player would find more important. And so as a Q level player, or even a just entering Dawn level player, I think we can still all learn from these professionals, obviously. And so we're going to try to make sense of a lot of their moves. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go through a classic match. That was last week. Today, we are going to do a pro match. And we have so many pro matches right here. We have Ing Cup. We have a lot. And the Ing Cup is like one of the biggest tournaments ever. But I feel like maybe something here. And what really enticed me is this one. This one just really jumps out because there's one lowly stone. So we're going to go on to this match. I've never seen the matches before. Again, if you guys have a particular match that you guys want to see, again, pause the video, rewind it back by a couple of minutes, and then take a look at what map or what game that you guys want me to go over. And so we have our two professional players, Jong Dae-sung. I believe that player is Korean, and I deeply apologize for the mispronunciation of the name. I do not speak this language. And I'm going to totally mispronounce this. Jeon Hyungjin. I don't know. So we got two Korean players, it looks like. And, Jung Hong Jin, I'm just going to call you G. G is playing black, and then J is playing white in this game. So let's take a look. See, we know that black is going to win by resignation. Now, why is it? What is going on in this game? So let's look at the first opening moves here. So it looks like to be a pretty balanced positioning right here. We have 4-4-3-4 openings, so it's fairly easy. Now, depending on what Jun Hyunjin G, depending on what G wants, the next move is gonna pretty much dictate the name of the game. Either they can go for a power play by playing here. Again, I don't want to highlight it because they'll just highlight the next move. Could be a power play, territorial influence play by playing in the center. If it's a high approach, is again definitely influence. If it's a low approach, it's more territorial. Let's see what G has in store for us today. So G is saying, I want to be very territorial in this game. I'm going to take your 3-3, and I'm going to push you so that you live in the center. That's the statement that this 3-3 is making from my perspective as an SDK. And so J, or the white stones here, I'm just going to say the white and the black stones, okay? The white stones here has an option, okay? Respond, taking an outside influence, building the 3-stone wall, then making a 4-space jump base, or just ignoring. Remember, it's the opening. We can ignore, we can take the other player's 3-3. If they take our corner, we take their corner. It's exactly equal. We don't have to respond here. But let's see. We're going to respond. We're going to build a wall. It looks like we're going to build a wall facing this stone right here. Again, this stone is low. So if we're going to do the 3-space wall and jump, we might just take the high approach to take the center influence. Okay, so this move is another variation of the Joseki. What I was thinking of is jump and then jump and then jump, right? This is what I'm usually used to playing. And again, this is on the 4th line versus this black stone's on the 3rd line. So having this extra white stone here just pressing on black is putting a lot of pressure in this corner. Black has to extend, maybe go right here, and then either Hane or go down. Either one, it doesn't matter. But this is still looking fairly good for white. I mean, white has a nice solid wall. Then white can actually extend slightly further here, just because we can do something like this. Okay. So black decides to attach, again, trying to live in the corner. White decides to double Hane. Black decides to focus on coming on out. Again, if white takes, it's a very, very small territory for white to pretty much ignore. Right? So if white takes right here, then black is right here. And then white just builds, and then black builds here, and then it's just, it doesn't look good, especially with this stone here pressing down. Black has a couple forcing moves right here to Atari and then hop on out or something like that. At least that's what I'm seeing. Anyways, so black decides to connect, white decides to do a one space extension on top. Okay, not extension, but connect the stones one space. And then now we're going to have a capping move, allowing black to have a couple cuts. Now, at this point, is black alive? Let's take a look here. Is black alive in the corner? Can black Tanuki out, or does black need to invest another move? Well, if black decides to Hane at the bottom, white responds, black connects. Black is essentially alive. Yes, there's a couple of Ataris right here, but I believe black is in pretty good shape, especially if it's a bet 4, bet 5 type of situation. So that's if black plays. Now, if black ignores and white plays, black plays here, white plays here, and black goes here, then white connects, and now we're in a situation where we're struggling for life. So I don't think black can ignore just yet. So black is going to cross cut, either taking these two stones or hurting this top stone up here. White decides to defend the two stones, and then black decides to put more pressure on these 3 stones here. Again, there is a ladder coming up. Okay, so if black is able to extend one more time, then black can either net or ladder, which is pretty nice. Okay, white decides to kind of prevent black from going. And so at this point, does black want to let up the aggression, Tanuki elsewhere? Well, here's the thing. If white Hanes, these 2 stones are essentially dead, right? It is Hane, down, Hane, down, Hane, down, Hane, down, Hane, Atari, and then kill. So it's not looking good for black. Black needs to save these 2 stones. I mean, black has already invested an extra stone here. So it doesn't look like it's something that black wants to give up. Black can play down, right? White can turn, and the black takes. And white has outside influence and black has the corner. Maybe that's what white wants. But then again, if white turns and starts pressing down on black and gives up these 2, white has a lot of cuts. So I'm not sure if that's a good move. In this situation, I bet you black is going to play here, forcing the Atari right here, then jumping down. No, black can't jump down. Black has to extend. I think black's going to extend. No, black Hanes. Okay, so black Hanes putting pressure on these 2 white stones. Again, if white ignores, black can Atari this direction. White pushes, black pushes here, threatening to capture these 2 stones. So it is a double threat. Okay, white decides to Hane, and black decides to finally capture these 3 stones. These 3 stones are no longer alive. Okay, again, connect, Atari, connect. Again, this right here, black can always play down. And again, so I did have the right idea that white is going to try to surround and just take outside influence while sacrificing the center. I think that white was able to do that slightly earlier, I think, but I don't know. Atari, again, double Atari coming up. Okay, black connects. Or white connects. Black decides to kind of push out, increasing the liberties of this because it will take about 5 liberties. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liberties to fully kill off this structure right here. So, and black only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So black only has 5 liberties here. So black needs to increase its liberty before it can attack and kill this group right here. But again, black can always Atari on this end. This group will be alive. It's just this group right here is now in danger. Okay. White extends the liberty. Black decides to do the attachment, threatening to cut and pretty much come on out. White's like, okay, if you do that, then I'm going to attack the other side now. Again, black is defending on 2 sides. Okay. And black's like, I'm going to Atari you and then Hane. Atari, boom, Hane. Okay, threatening to capture this and then take this whole area. So the question is black giving up these stones right here? This is 2, 4, 6 points times 2 is 12 plus territory. White connects. Black decides to Hane on this end first. Interesting. Very interesting. White defends. Black connects. Ooh. And white has to throw in right here. White has to push right here to kill the eye. And black is now surrounding these 2 stones. Okay. A lot has happened in this game. I don't know who's winning. I like this cut right here. I really like this cut. But again, this cut only helps this black group right here. And the black group is already out. Most likely, if black plays here, white's going to capture these 2 stones. So white has to run out first, threatening to capture these 2 stones. And then black can cut. Because then it's only 3 liberties. If, black pushes out, then it's fine. Black connects. White caps. Again, increasing its own liberties. Cuts. White Hanes. Okay, threatening to Atari. Black extends. White needs to fix its shape because again, it's a snapback. Okay. Or a clamp or whatever you want to call it. Black decides or white decides to push here. Again, we can see throw in, right? We can see if black ignores, white throws in right here. Boom. Atari, and then ladder. Right? This is a ladder right here. Okay. So we don't want that situation. Black Hane's back. Trying to come out again. There's a lot of forcing moves right here that white can do, but white has to be careful because this cut is now looking more and more delicious by the second. Okay, white blocks, black cuts. Boom. So what can white do in this situation? White connects. White's gonna connect, or white Ataris, right? White's gonna Atari. Black throws in. Or black extends and does something, but I can see black throwing in and forcing potential. Again, black can't really do that because he himself will be an Atari. So white connects, black nets. White pushes. Now, what are you going to do? Okay. Throw in, take, seal, right? This is a perfect time to play this move because what happens? White throws in black, white, black. Capture completely. Black's alive. Okay. Now white has to ask a question. What does white want to do? Well, in this situation, I don't know. I would just give up the 3 stones, exit out. Capture or exit out and try to attack these stones on the bottom. Okay. Again, it's a little too late to save the corner because these 3 stones are now dead. So take what you can, I guess, and just escape and just take the bottom. And that's what white does. White's now taking the bottom. Okay. Black has to save its group because now if black doesn't take its group, take this. Okay. What happens? If black Tanukis say defends a corner, white tosses. Again, that last situation, we're no longer in Atari. So white Black has to take this. Okay. Now white's pressing again the stones, right? White cuts, and white is now looking to Atari this direction. Atari down, filling in, and then just trapping black. Okay. Now white fills in right here, threatening to cut. Black connects. And then now white is attaching into the corner, threatening to take the corner, but not really, right? And is going to build its wall right here. It looks like white wants to build the wall down here, blocking black's escape. Again, this is not two eyes. This is not two eyes right here. This is just false eyes everywhere. So black has to extend a couple times just to create some eye space. And I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so let's take a break right here because let's reassess what's going on in this situation. Okay. White's alive. White is completely alive. Black can try to Atari and do stuff, but again, this stone is so inside white's territory that white can always trap it, forming the extra eye. Okay. White can always extend. White can Atari out and exit out into the center. Black right now is in trouble. Again, black's escape route. Whoops. Black's escape route, right? Okay. Okay. Black's escape route is looking very, very dim. So I don't know how it's going to happen. Okay. Black pushes and black might pull out. And then maybe Hane. Okay. Something like this. Okay. White tosses in. White tosses in. Okay. So just to falsify those corners. And then maybe this. Right? Complete here. Atari. Double Atari. Take. And Atari. Now we do a co-situation, but again, I don't think this is needed. Okay, Atari. And then take the corner. Something like that. I don't know. Black decides to escape. White is now taking the corner. Okay. And white is now asking black a question. Do you want the corner or do you want your group? Which one? Pick one. I'm going to disconnect you, so you're going to have 2 weak groups. So you pick one, I'll take the other. Because at this point, black is in no position to make a trade that is beneficial for it. It's got to give up something. So either give up the corner and escape out with your group, which might be the best way to go, or take your corner and allow this whole entire area to be white's territory. Black decides to keep. White is like, okay, I'm taking your corner. Black's like, I'm not going to let you take the corner. White's going to Hane. Black has to fix, and white fixes, or white throws in, falsifying the eye. Okay, that's a false eye. Now, what's happening? The corner's alive, right? White ignored, so black could easily, work on the cuts and do stuff. But what's happening? White is preventing black, this group, from escaping, hopping out. So we clamp. Most likely he'll Hane here, and then we'll just cut. And if he Hanes, we cut. And if he seals, we cap. Seals. Boom. Not a true eye right here. Maybe one eye, but that's it. Okay, this is still a false eye. Okay, Hane brings down and fixes. Interesting. Okay, you have to fix. You can't go down yet. Black is trying to connect his stone up. White is like, okay, you do that. I'm going to take this whole group now. Okay. What do you want? And now, this one stone here, I'm curious as to why we're doing this. I'm curious. Move 82 seems odd to me. Yes, it kills this one stone and then it has full access to here, but it doesn't threaten to take this because white's already an Atari, right? White can play on top, yeah, and connect his 3 stones here up, but then these 3 stones here can always jump out, connecting to his corner here. So this move right here, what is the purpose of move 82? You guys know? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's to split black's strong group up from this one stone so that white has full access, because this stone right here, if white lets this stone live, white has full access to the center. Maybe that's what white is seeing. But then my question is, why not play upwards? Make good shape, push upwards, right? Why not do this? And then come on out and then take what you can. Why are we playing move 82, which is 83? Move 82, which is this way. Because black can just extend. If white goes here, black goes here, right? It doesn't make any sense for me. White throws in. Okay. Black takes. Or black takes. White Ataris. Black takes. White Ataris. Black takes. Right? It doesn't make any sense for white to play this way. Especially when this is Atari. And then now we have this situation where white's completely surrounded. Like, it doesn't make sense for me for white to play here, allowing that to happen. Okay, black extends, white extends out. Now black is taking the top left-hand corner. White blocks, black attaches. So this is just Joseki here. Okay, again, black has a stick. White has some room to grow some 2 eyes. Okay, black is trying to escape out into the center. Again, it doesn't need to. It's already an Atari, so it's fairly safe, fairly strong. But there is a potential snapback if black is not careful. White is now trying to take the top. Black is pushing through shape. Okay, white's covering. Black is jumping out. Now undercutting white's territory here. White extends, trying to take this area, and black might try to come out. Okay, black drives. White decides to make shape, eye shape for these 3 stones right here, because again, this is important. This is a group that white has already invested 6 stones in. It doesn't have anywhere to run except for this 2 stones up here, but we have a wall of black in the way. Black's gonna disconnect. White's gonna honey, trying to connect its group back. Black's gonna honey, and then if anything, white should disconnect right now. White should play right here. Speaking of right here, let me turn on the axes. Oh my gosh, the axes are so far apart. Ugh. Okay, let me fix this. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Then we push this down here. And check that. Okay, I'm hoping those axes work now. Okay. White double honeys, black, and then white disconnects. Again, like I said, disconnect it. I don't think the double honey was needed, to be honest. I think it should just went straight to disconnection and then work on it. But that's just me. Black pushes, white caps. Black is now trying to extend. White is threatening to cut. Okay, white cuts. White goes in, honeys. Solidifies, and then white resigns. Oh, black won by resignation. Whoops, my bad. So white decided to resign at this point because white cannot take the black stones up here. The center white group is dead. This center white group looks to be very in trouble. This center white group, this bottom left right group is dead, and this bottom right group is still alive, but black destroying white's ability to play here might have been too much for it. Interesting. So, guys, that's it for today. I hope that was an interesting game for you guys. And it says right here, black wins by 57.9 points. Again, move 82 seemed a little awkward for me. I'm not too sure why. Let me know what you guys think about move 82. And that's it for today's game. Again, I'm trying to have this more of a study type of session rather than a commentary session, but it turns out to be a commentary session anyways. So who knows? Maybe I'll change the name up to, instead of study Saturdays, it is now commentary Saturdays. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.